Are you thinking about flipping your first property, or maybe just curious about how people take rundown houses and turn them into serious profits? In this video, I'm breaking down everything you need to know about property flipping, from finding the right deal, to budgeting, to refinancing, or selling for a maximum return. Whether you're just starting out or looking to sharpen your strategy, this video is for you. But before we start, let's run the intro. Now, before we jump into the exact strategy, let me give you a real example from my own personal experience and why I'm so passionate about real estate flipping. A couple years ago, my wife and I already owned property. However, we wanted to get our hands on with our real estate and force the equity growth. So about 2 years ago, we used the exact flipping strategy I'm about to teach you to build up over $200,000 in equity through living in and flipping one of our properties. And in today's video, I want to teach you how to do the exact same thing. So first, let's start with the basics. Property flipping is the process of buying real estate below market value, completing renovations or improvements, and selling it at a profit. Now, if you don't plan on living in the property ever, you want to complete this process as quickly as you can. Another method that you can also use, and that I've personally used, is the live and flip strategy, where you actually live in the property while it is being renovated. Using this strategy might help you save money, however, it may not be for everybody or every circumstance. By using the live and flip strategy, it would mean no extra rent or double mortgage and could help keep your holding costs lower. But let me first warn you before we go any further that flipping is not just the glamorous stuff you see on TV. Flipping a property is a real business with real risks and rewards. And at its core, flipping is about solving problems. You're taking homes that need work, whether it's outdated kitchens or just bad design, and transforming them into homes that people actually want to live in. When done right, you can add real value to not only yourself, but the neighborhood and the market also. However, there is a real risk of losing money if done incorrectly. Now let's take a look at the first and most important step in any flip: finding the right property. To do this, you have to know the market inside and out. When I was looking for my own property, it took a long time to learn and understand the market before I found a good opportunity. And most importantly, you want to look for properties priced below market value in areas with strong resale potential. Look for signs of up-and-coming neighborhoods like new development, increased rental rates, or properties that are quickly selling. Working with a broker like myself can save you hours of research because we already know and have much of the insight you might be missing. When purchasing property, the profit is made when you buy, not when you sell. So you really want to understand your numbers so you don't overpay, even if it seems like a great opportunity. Once you've found a property, you need to know the numbers. This is where many flippers go wrong. You need to understand your ARV, after repair value, which is the estimated market value of the home after renovations. From there, subtract your purchase price, renovation costs, holding costs like taxes, insurance, and utilities, and your closing costs. You should aim for at least a 10 to 20% return on the total investment to make the flip worthwhile. And if the math doesn't work, don't get emotionally attached to the property. Remember, it's an investment and a business. So don't be shy to walk away if you need to and move on to the next opportunity. I just want to quickly interrupt this video to remind you that this year I have the goal of reaching 5,000 subscribers on my channel and becoming a go-to real estate resource. So if you're watching this video and haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please take a second to show some support and like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the post notifications. Your support means a lot and it goes a long way. Now, back to the video. Now let's consider the best types of renovations. What you really want to focus on are improvements that give you the best return. Kitchens, bathrooms, and curb appeal often bring the most value. Keep the design clean and modern and avoid going too trendy. Your goal is to appeal to the widest possible buyer pool. Neutral colors, light floors, simple long-lasting designs are your best bet. Hire reliable contractors, build in extra time, budget for surprises, and stay involved in the process. Time is money in a flip, especially if you're not living in the property, so the longer you hold, the more you're going to pay. Once you've managed to renovate the property and increase its market value, you then have two options. The first option would be to sell the property for a profit. I would suggest working with an experienced real estate broker who knows how to price and market flipped homes effectively. Use professional photography, stage the property if needed, and highlight the upgrades and features that buyers in your area care about most. Just note that under the flipped property rule, a gain from the disposition of a residential property in Canada after 2022 that was owned for less than 365 days is considered to be fully taxable as business income, regardless of the intention. So it's important to consider the taxes you might owe when selling. Your second option is to refinance the property. If you've increased the value of the property enough, you can borrow up to 80% of the property's new market value tax-free from the bank and use that capital to reinvest in a new property. At the same time, you can rent out the property and use the mortgage interest from the loan to deduct from your income taxes. Personally, I prefer the refinancing route as I like to keep my properties long-term. However, both ways can be beneficial for different circumstances. Finally, let's be real and let me warn you that flipping is not a guaranteed path to riches. It's a business that requires planning, patience, capital, and grit. But with the right strategy and execution, it can be a powerful way to build wealth through real estate. Start small, learn as you go, and don't be afraid to ask questions or bring in experts when you need them. With that, this week's video is officially over, and I want to get your thoughts in the comments below. What would you rather do after a flip? Sell the property for a profit, or refinance and use that money for a future project? Let me know and drop a comment below. If you got any value from this video, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the post notifications for more real estate content like this in the future. And as always, I'll catch you next time.